Well, I am Van. I play
I blame
Druid.
the unorganization on Wee Willie
You may know him as the Baron
for the
that follows
Pathfinder
us around.
unorganization. Beautiful
Forever
game,
hungry.
though.
I'm Scandroids,
Hey,
and I
Lynx.
play Cade, the sorcerer in the group, who is pretty short on spells, honestly, but, you know, that's how beginning level is, right?
I'm the Runs, and I'm Aberdeen Dungington, and I play the half-orc cleric.
Drunk.
Maybe.
Looks like he's trying to recover from that.
Half
I don't
drunk.
know. We'll see.
I think he's trying to. I think he's trying to kick it because I mean he just got rid of all of that other the wine and stuff that he had and the little kegs of the little pony kegs of ale that he had. Man.
Yeah, I hope he sticks with it, but you never know.
Can't you go ahead?
Oh, me? Okay, sorry. Hey, I'm
Ninja,
I'm
yeah.
Ninja, and I play Kenshi, the rogue. No, wait. What am I? I am a self-sufficient adventurer. That's what I am. Not a rogue.
That's just such a dirty word. You know what I mean? The rogue, such a dirty word.
I like it.
And this is I play Zero Fund, the half-orc fighter, and also donation collector.
Ooh.
And I've got the recap for this week. It's going to be short and sweet. We came into the Xyliver Arms and met up with Faye and Cade. We joined their party as the other two party members had to leave to go meet with their family on some
Flatjack.
adventure.
Thank you very much for
something
the
that they
follow,
had going.
Flatjack78.
While
Appreciate
we were
it.
there at the inn, we kind of got to know each other. We found out that Aberdeen was a cleric that had a slight drinking problem. It wasn't too bad. He just owed 25 gold, which that's a lot of drink. Hold on a second. After meeting, we went out in town, bought our supplies, and our objective, which was the Green Spire, and mapping it. Once we got to the Spire, she also let us in on, we were looking for a couple of wizards, and also about these symbols that they kept finding, these runes that seemed to be on the Spire and on different parchments. Also let us know about a crown skull that we were told if we could find it, we would get 15,000 gold pieces. While we went down into the lower levels, the first two levels seemed to be still cleared. We got down into the third level.
Also doing a giveaway
And,
tonight.
Our
Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic.
self-sustaining adventurer
Free for all for everyone.
talked his way into the guard room.
Be here.
Did a really fine
It'll
job
be a
with
silent
that.
giveaway.
Kept
So
them
if
from
you're lurking, you need to pay
alerting the
attention.
rest of the guards down there as we proceeded to polish them off. Then we went ahead and checked out the rooms there, found an armory, and
It'll be
in this
a
armory
very
we came
quick
across
giveaway.
some robes, blood red robes, and some masks that had some little vials inside them. We found that these vials were an antitoxin for a gas that would make you violently ill, and we proceeded to take some of these masks and these antitoxin vials and robes with us, and we went in and to the other room and saw the Green Spire, the Emerald Spire, and found another rune on it, another symbol, and that's where we're at.
Yeah, you guys have 5 levels worth of symbols now, but you still just haven't figured out how to use this spire as a a transportation or teleporting mechanism. You just haven't been able to figure it out yet. Possibly, maybe soon. We'll definitely see. Alright, so let me move you guys back to level 3 of the Spire. I can't believe you guys are already on level 3 and we've only played, this is our 10th game. You guys are actually kind of flying through this today. Alright, we left off here where you guys were traveling east in the corridor. Kenshi had poked his head around the corner. A lot more supply crates. There was a door right to the east diagonal from you, and he could see that there were multiple doors up further, about 20 to 30 feet. Looks like there were multiple doors. So the ball's in your court, folks. You guys go ahead and do it. How's the lingering effects from that gas today from last week? Blah, blah.
Alright, so did we actually hear any noises coming from down this hallway, or was it pretty quiet?
No, I pretty much cut you off, but I'll tell you what. If you'd like to give me a perception check to see if you hear anything, as you're kind of focusing your senses down the corridor. Okay, now, see, okay, one more thing. I'm sorry about that there, Kenshi. I'm not trying to scare you, but now when I ask you for a perception check for like any kind of senses, like if you're trying to find something, well, if you're trying to find something or hear something, smell something, the first roll, so you're 25, that was your perception check. Now, the reason why you see these 8 perception check rolls here is I've added, and I forgot to, I was going to email you that earlier today, but I was at the park all day cooking. One of my friends passed away and we were having a barbecue get together today at the park, so but I forgot to email you and I apologize about that. So I'm going to give you the email right here. These 8 rolls, starting with 1, 2, 3, 4 on the top, 5, 6, 7, 8 on the bottom. Now whenever you go to search a door for a trap, a mechanical type of trap, or maybe even an arcanic type of trap, then I'm going to make you roll that same perception macro. But on my end, I'm going to roll 1d8. So I will take one of your rolls that you rolled. This is because on single rolls, when a player rolls low, everybody sees it and says, I'm going to go ahead and duck around the corner now because he just had a really crappy perception roll. So what I want to do is roll it on my end, not on the dice cam or nothing like that, and I'll take one of... So I'm not taking any rolls away from you. I'm actually just choosing which one that you already rolled. So, and then I will give you a description on how I feel that if you were successful, not successful. If it's so close, maybe I'll say, yeah, you feel confident that it's unlocked, and then bam, you still get hit by the poison dart, or the scythe comes down and in a pendulum swing and takes a swipe out of your back. Same thing's going to go for disable device. You can hit the disable device, and there's going to be 8 rolls. Because I want to bring the element of surprise into the game for finding traps and also for unlocking them. So everybody just doesn't see your roll and say, holy crap, he just rolled bad, I'm getting around the corner, because that just is like metagaming, and I'm trying to tame as much of that as I can. And I think this is a pretty cool way to add the element of surprise back in. So
no, that's great, I love it.
Cool. Very good.
Like surprise.
Alright, so with your perception check, very faintly down the hall you can hear some robust voices. Maybe they're laughing, maybe they're singing, but you can definitely hear voices coming from the north. Now from the door that's directly catty corner to you, not so much. You really don't hear anything. But most of these very, very, very faint voices can be heard from the north. And whenever, like I said, whenever you do any kind of sight, smell, any kind of perception roll like that, will always take that first number, which in your case is a 25. So, All right.
All right, so I'm going to turn back to the party, let them know that I hear voices all the way down the hallway, but nothing really close,
Hey, Roger.
and let them know that my preference is to make sure that everything behind us is clear before we move on. So I don't know if that's acceptable for everybody, for me to just check this first door and then move on to the next.
Well, behind us there was basically just a room. We couldn't really go any further than that.
Right, but I didn't want to go running down the hallway to engage the people down the hallway without knowing what's in these doors first.
Okay.
YOLO.
Now, you guys do notice, between all of you, these supplies probably could be sold. You know, there's, boxes of rations, boxes of flour, boxes of spices, and it seems like some of this stuff are from trading companies. Some of these things could be off of possibly some of the farmsteads that are around the Fort Inevitable area. So this is all probably stolen goods. I mean, you're probably thinking that it could be probably all stolen goods. I mean, let's face it. I mean,
Have there
on
been raids around the...
there hasn't been raids. The only problem that they've really had, Kenshi, is the problem with these undead that semi-raid. I'm not saying it's like a full force of undead that attacks Inevitable, but that's the reason why they have the cavalry now that basically swings laps around the territories, because of these undead that are coming from the Spire, which is where you're at now. That's why one of the reasons why you're here. That's like the payday, is to find out if you find this cause and if you find the source of all of this undead, then it's a massive payday for everyone. But yeah, there is small theft that goes on around Fort Inevitable. But the lady, man, the Iron Fist, anytime that any of the little thieves and hoodlums that are caught, they're basically incarcerated and usually never heard from again.
Okay, sounds good. So these guys are probably just some survivalists. They're stocking up down here for the long term. Alright, so I'm going to check this first door here.
Okay. Now I'll go ahead and I'll roll the 8-sided and off of your 8 rolls.
My standard order is check for traps first, then see if it's locked, and then proceed from there.
Okay, sounds good. So as you're looking at this door, kind of probably on your knees looking at it, you're looking. You've got your mirror kind of reflecting the light into the hole, and you can see that this door isn't locked.
Okay,
so
great. And
as you're being cautious, it just doesn't look locked to you.
Right, and no traps, obviously.
You didn't see any, no.
All right, I'm gonna go ahead and open it then.
Okay, everyone roll reflex saving throws. No, I'm just kidding. That's how it works. No, I'm just kidding. No, that is how it works, though. All right, so you swing open the door, and what you see here is the chamber is a small barracks of sorts with a pair of double bunks and a small privy in the northern wall. The eastern portion of this chamber is partitioned into a pair of prisoner cells, each with portcullis doors made from what appears to be a metal or iron bar. And you can see within where you're standing, you can also see that there are several beds in these chambers also. And from first glance, it doesn't look like anyone is in here. Nothing in the cells.
Alright, I'll go ahead and step in and I guess search out the room real quick, make sure there's nothing of value or anything like that, and then move on.
Alright, so there's a door to the north. You do see a door, several beds, a table, and the small little alcove to the eastern portion. You get up to that door, and I'm not even going to make you do a perception check, but oh man, what died in here? It's probably some type of outhouse.
Lovely, not going through that. I will go take a look at this little alcove.
But that's where the Holy Avengers. It's in the.
I'm gonna go get my Vorpal. Pull the Vorpal sword from the poop.
That's exactly it.
Anything of interest in this alcove, or it's just a little empty alcove?
No.
That's weird.
Just an empty alcove. If you'd like to kind of look around for, maybe if you want to give me a perception check, which will take the first roll on this because it doesn't involve any types of traps. Yeah, you scour it over. You don't see any secret panels. Looks like it is definitely just probably something was here at one time and moved. You know, on the bottom you can see some scuff marks of where something was probably dragged out, like a shelf or a dresser or something.
Okay, no problem. I'll go ahead and move back out to the hallway. Just let everybody know that that room is nothing.
Pretty quiet in there. You're the only one in there. Wow.
I was going to do something, but
What's up, Vay? Speak up.
well, I was going to look into the room,
Sure.
but I guess he came out. There's nothing in there.
Yeah, you
Well,
can-
I came out. I'll give you a general description of the room. Say, you know, there's a couple beds, a couple cells, table, chairs, privy. Don't go there.
I mean, if you want to go in there, there's nothing holding you back, Vay. I mean, if you want to go in, you can.
No, it's kind of redundant now. That's okay. So I guess let's go ahead and search all the rooms.
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and start moving down the hallway. I
They
would
didn't
like to
check the
start
cells.
stealthing since we're getting closer to the
Did not
voices down
check
the
the
hall.
cells. Okay. Sure.
Just for being quiet.
Sure. Give
I'm gonna
me
pull
a.
out my mace.
Okay, yeah. Now, by the time that everybody starts to come down and start heading north on, this is not a brightly lit area as it is during daylights, but you're using the shadows to your advantage. You feel pretty confident. You're sliding along, slinking in between the barrels and bags and whatnot, and you come across to where you start to see another corridor to the left. Also more crates, boxes to the north. You see another one of these statues on the corner. Not sure which way the corridor breaks off, either left or right. You just see the statue towards the dead end. And you see these 3 doors that are to your right.
Okay, looks like I also see like a couple of maybe little hallways going off to the left there.
Yeah, possibly, yeah. It looks like something's kind of veering off.
Okay, so I'll go ahead and move up there to that first door, if that's alright.
Alright, so you see these 3 matched doors that are standing on the corridors east side. Now, on each of these doors,
No statue yet, babe.
you can see that there are carved images of lordly feast, although there are several hooded gray figures appearing in this image. And it looks like the images are looking out, sort of like looking at you. That's how it translates from the image carved into the doors. And all 3 of those doors kind of make one image.
Carved doors make me nervous. Alright, I guess I'll do a once over on all 3 doors. Perception, I guess.
Yo ho, yo ho, yo ho, you got some beer.
So you can hear these, you can hear some singing behind the doors. Hear some talking.
Oh, but okay, behind these doors?
Yeah, it's
Alright.
pretty apparent now. This is where the noise is coming from.
Alright, I look at our fighter, and I wave him up.
Okay, I'm gonna go up there.
Everyone is drawing their weapons and whatnot. Or what are you guys doing?
No, as he comes by, I mentioned to him that we're checking each of these rooms so that we can clear them out behind us as we proceed.
Okay.
Alright.
Didn't even check the outhouse,
You
man.
want me to stay in front?
Wow.
And
I don't leave anything
row, or
unturned.
do you want me to bring up the rear?
No, we're checking our rear. I'd like to keep all that metal in front of us if we
Ah, you bastard! You just cheated! You cheated on your hand! I saw you pull a card from under the table!
Yeah, I'm gonna motion to the people down the hallway that these voices are in these rooms.
Aberdeen. You alright over there, Aberdeen?
It's wearing off a little bit, but still a little drunk.
Actually, since I'm standing right next to this little hallway going off to the west, I'm gonna take a peek around there real quick and make sure there's nothing, nobody standing there.
Sure, you can. Just as you're starting to get to the corner up here, you start to hear a door close, and it's not coming from this way, but the door closes. You hear something. Well, it's a door opening right around here, and you hear the door open. I'll give you one action. What do you want to do?
Move over here next to these barrels. And percept, I guess.
Yeah, you see the door open. I'm gonna open up this door for you, and you see a guy, kind of, one of these other thugs steps out of the door and turns around and tells everyone, "Hey, you better get that done for the ceremony tonight. You guys know that Talus isn't gonna be too happy if we don't have everything prepared. You guys drink way too much." And he shuts the door. I'm gonna do a perception check.
As he closes the door, is it possible for me to get the drop on him and do a backstab, or
sure.
Is that?
I'll tell you what. Yeah, you would have. Let me do a perception check first. Let me see, just in case he didn't see you. I probably won't. Not with your check. These guys' perception. These guys' perception are they're pretty bad. So you've got the drop on him. He doesn't notice you. He turns around, and it looks like he's fixing to. Well, he steps out and turns this way, not even noticing anyone behind you. So now we have Xerophan, Boris the Bear, Vey, everyone just kind of like frozen there as this guy comes out, doesn't notice anything, and then he's like da 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 da, and just seems like he's walking north.
I will go ahead and stab him.
Oh, okay. Give me an attack.
Alright, since I didn't move, can I do a dual weapon attack?
Sure, you can get a full round action if you want. Well, I think it would be, yeah, I think you'd get your one attack, and then we would roll initiative, you know what I mean? Because you have surprise, so I'm giving you surprise.
Okay, right on.
$17 on armor class is definitely a hit. You hit him for 8 damage, and also that would be, I think, if you have, I think you're also going to get combat advantage too, right? For getting the drop on someone. I think you would. Yeah, double check that. Yeah, it does. I'm going to go ahead and give you the sneak attack damage also. I'll look it up later. I'm not really worried about looking it up right now. But we'll say that you give him in the back for 15, and basically you catch him, and you see his mouth opening, and he can't scream. He can't make a noise, and he just falls on the ground. Nice gib.
Okay, guys, so we've got, let me step back here close to the party so I'm not yelling down the hallway. I could see just a little bit inside that room. There were at least 2 other people inside that room that he came out of. And then, of course, we got this little barracks here with the 3 doors. Which you guys want to go for first?
Dave, I'm standing next to this door, and to my right, is that where we're hearing noises? Do we still hear it?
Yeah, to the right-hand side, you definitely hear like a commotion. It sounds like they're playing like a dice or probably a card game. You you know, you heard someone accusing someone of cheating, and then they all started laughing and whatnot. Yeah, I know. I let you attack his flat-footed AC because he doesn't have any. You know, he didn't have an action yet. So, but yeah, that was definitely a hit. I'm not too sure on the sneak attack damage, but I'm going to check later. I don't think it is, but I think you just have to be flanking to have sneak attack. But anyways, you gibbed him, you took him out. It's no big deal.
Well, I did jump out of stealth, so that
Yeah?
would be sneak attack, right?
Well, yeah, if we were playing 5th edition, yeah, absolutely it would be, because you'd have, you know, plus you would have had an advantage on your roll, but Pathfinder's a little bit different. I'll check later. I'm not really too worried about it. I just want to have fun anyway, so.
Right on. What?
We heard
Not
this
worried,
guy
worried
talking
about rules.
We heard this guy talking about getting ready for the ceremony. Why don't we go ahead and take the robes out, put them on? If we're going to go into this barracks, that way we could all three people could come into each one of these doors all at once. We'll jump in with the robes on.
Thank you,
and
Wee
say,
Willie.
"Why aren't
So I
you
did do
already
that right
ready
then.
for the
Very good, thank
ceremony?"
you.
And attack them.
Alright, so we did do that right, actually, Kenshi, also. If anyone is granted combat advantage for the target being flat-footed, then you would get your sneak attack, so we did that right. So pretty much the same thing as D&D 5e, but you don't get advantage, and you have to attack their flat-footed DC, which even works out better for you anyway, so
Right,
kind of makes
that
up for the
sounds good.
disadvantage from 5e, so here we go. We did it right. Wow.
Yep, Zero fan, I like your plan. Everybody else think that's a good idea?
I like
Well,
that.
there's another one of those statues right at the corner, so
Yeah, we can
sure that's one might
be ready. That way we'll have the antidote already ready.
All right, for the particular chance that
Hey, Cookie!
that-
When is this damn food gonna be done? We got a couple hours before we gotta get with Dallas. You better hurry up and cook in there.
Sorry about that, Vay. You hear them yelling at each other.
this is in the barracks to the right.
Yes, it is.
If they've got a couple hours before they have to get with Talus, then I guess maybe jumping in with the robes might not work.
Yeah, it doesn't sound like it.
We could always
And
go in with a trace of
that's
food. though.
Tarrin, not Talos. Sorry, Tarrin. Tarrin. Tarrin.
Yeah, we
Oh,
could
yeah.
go in when they're being served, maybe catch them off guard. Or
Well-
when they're eating.
Well, can't you do these doors look like we might be able to bar them mechanically somehow? Just trap them in there.
There's nothing on the
Yeah.
outside. Nothing on
Looks
the
like the
outside.
door's open.
It looks like they push in.
About the only thing we could do is stack a bunch of barrels and boxes in front of the doors to slow them down. And that's bound to make a lot of noise.
Right. Well,
Well, you know what? These guys in this little bar, dining room, barracks area over here are making a lot of noise. If we go assault this room up here, we might stand a better chance of maybe these guys not noticing as quickly, because these guys up here just don't seem to be making a whole lot of noise. They're kind of just, I don't know what they're doing, reading books or something.
right. What about this room right there?
No idea, but I can go check it.
Is there a door there? Oh, it's just the hallway.
There is a door.
There's
Okay.
definitely
David,
a
I'm
door.
going to do a quick standard operating procedure on this door here.
Ooh, good one. Sounds good. Yeah, absolutely. You can give me a check. Give me that. Give me a once over. Yeah, as you're looking at it, it looks locked, but it doesn't. It definitely looks locked, but it doesn't look like it has any kind. You don't see any kind of trap.
Okay, great.
Oh, but it
I'm gonna go
has.
ahead and,
It has one.
Pick the lock.